Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in Austin, Texas. This is day 1292 of the 3+ Minutes of Planks Challenge, and as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind this morning. A couple of nights ago, a good friend of mine was talking to me about something that happened with a mutual friend of ours and how it made him feel. The interesting thing about it is, when we talked about it, we realized that our mutual friend probably didn't even know that they were doing it. Our mutual friend seems different than what she used to be. And when he was talking to me about it, I think he knew that I knew the situation vaguely and knew the person and had an understanding of it. And I did. One of the things that I work on is not my perception of what something makes me feel like, but try to get to the reality. And a lot of that comes down to being able to remove the emotion from a situation and just see it objectively. First and foremost, I kind of take a look at myself and wonder why it's affected me, because I think that's a really good tell in how to approach a situation, which allows me to then have empathy to look at the other person and see what they may be going through that it may have caused the actions that they took. I think it's really, really important to be able to do that. Something that I always notice is when we hear of a situation and we don't have the emotional investment in it, we can see it objectively and approach it accordingly. So one thing that I work on is in any situation, I try to be that objective person, even when it affects me. I take a look at myself, understand where I'm coming from, and then I leave it with God and process it. I think it's really, really important to be able to do that. So I reach out to my brother and I say to him, brother, if you were in the opposite space, how would you want the other person to respond to you? And his response was, no, it's all me. I have to look at me. I thought that was powerful because we were in the same space. And it doesn't take away from what someone else does to us or the mutual friend that thinks it this way, but what it allows us to do is to approach it accordingly. And I told him, man, that's powerful, brother. You're changing the world. And his response was like, nah, I'm not changing the world, or didn't see it that way. He said, I was just changing me and figuring me out. And I told him, that's how it begins. Because when we're changing ourselves, not only are we changing possibly the perspective of the person that we're dealing with, but all those others who are observing us. And in that, there's a ripple effect. And ultimately, that's how we change the world. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the day. As always, be blessed today and every day. Thank you for listening. Peace.